In today's news, insider information seems to suggest that the SEC, despite them getting demolished in front of Congress, despite a new law that has now been introduced to fire Gary Gensler and restructure the SEC, despite all of that, the SEC still seem hell-bent on appealing the Ripple decision, which would likely cause a severe correction in the price of XRP. XRP currently being valued at 58.9 cents, down roughly 0.25% on the daily time frame. XRP, as we can see, has held its price level between 58 to 60 cents for the past week or so, all in anticipation for this incoming verdict. So who will win, Congress and XRP, or the tyrannical SEC? As we can see here, first things first, we've got this clip here from Congress with Republican Warren Davidson absolutely demolishing Gary Gensler and his SEC, highlighting two of the fundamental problems which to this day still remain true. One, of course, being Gary Gensler himself, and the other being the structuring of this SEC. Take a listen.
You know, frankly, your time as chairman has highlighted two problems: a Gary Gensler problem and a structural flaw in the SEC. And as I told you in April, I proposed a solution called the SEC Stabilization Act. You're making the case for this bill easier every day you are acting as the chairman by doing rulemaking after rulemaking without any regard to the impact of these rules, or maybe that's the feature for you, I don't know. But it's having a massive impact on our markets. I mean, we have markets that truly are the envy of the world, and why would you disrupt them with processes that are driving capital out of our markets? Not because to avoid our laws, but to find some place where they can get clarity, where they can work with a regulator and get a decision and a path forward. So instead of selectively applied, you're not providing clarity with a rule that's evenly applied. You're intentionally shortening comment periods to limit feedback. And the courts have even called this arbitrary and capricious. You're pushing a woke political and social agenda, and I think abusing your role and the authority of the SEC as cover. Frankly, you're front-running Congress, you're front-running the courts, you're front-running even the own administration, and no one has held you to account for that. I mean, I wish the Biden administration would say you're fired, but the list of folks they need to do that for is long. Congress hopefully will with the SEC Stabilization Act.
It is for this reason that Davidson urges Congress to pass his SEC Stabilization Act, his new law, a new law that would solve both problems instantly. Firing Gary Gensler, which is obvious, that is a good thing to do, and then the restructuring and democratization of the SEC, similar to how the Supreme Court is basically, by not giving just one man all the power. Instead, all rulemaking, enforcement and investigations will be conducted by 6 commissioners. And truth be told, this is how it should be. This is what we should have, especially when you have one seemingly clueless and incompetent man making all the decisions. Once more, we can hear Warren Davidson again double down and expose Gary Gensler for his inability to know what the clear rules of the road are, what is clear and what is not in the court of law. Is Ether security, is XRP security? To this day, he still cannot answer this question.
Is Ethereum now a security?
We had this
I heard your exchange. They've been in place since 2015. You say in your statements that there's clarity in the market and the rules are clear. Just come on in. You can't even answer the question. Do you say XRP is a security?
We're in court and active discussions and litigation on that.
You're in litigation because you do say it's a security.
Safe to say that Gary Gensler's days are most definitely numbered, and he most definitely did not enjoy his time testifying in front of Congress, looking evidently distressed, waffling in his testimony and getting clowned on in response.
The direct question is about the different terms, and rather than answering that question, you answered a separate question. Kudos to you. Let's get into this question.
Honestly, I do love this. I think it's fair to say that karma has caught up to Gary Gensler, and better still, and worst of all for him, he is now having commissioners of the SEC like Hester Peirce, for example, throw him under the bus. Hester Peirce testified to Congress that the SEC has failed as its duty as a regulator, stating that, quote, "I am concerned that this is an extremely slippery slope if the SEC takes a position that most NFTs are sold as securities. Where does it end?" Even going as far as to admit that now the token itself is not a security, something they should have admitted a very long time ago, which is a very big deal. And truth be told, they were kind of forced to admit this. They didn't have much of a choice after taking repeated, massive, colossal losses to Ripple and the XRP community in the courts of law. This new bill would be a great solution, finally allowing trillions of that institutional money to flood into the market, following regulatory clarity for crypto and especially XRP, and to custody crypto as well. This is why I'm so bullish on crypto. Trillions about to come into the market. Why I truly believe that it's going to be a once in a lifetime opportunity to become generationally wealthy with crypto, which is why recently I created a free to join Discord server. 350 of us are working towards achieving financial freedom, and we are growing in knowledge and size every single day. So by all means, come and be a part of the family. The link to join will be in the description below. So, as I said, it seems very apparent that Congress are tired of the SEC and want to stop stifling crypto innovation, to stop lying and actually do their jobs. And due to all the recent testimony, many speculate that the SEC now can't appeal the Ripple decision anymore, and that XRP is just days away from that legal regulatory clarity and therefore a massive price explosion. However, as we can see from Eleanor Terrett here, it seems that Gary Gensler still has other plans to appeal, and therefore plans to dump the price of XRP a little longer. According to Fox Business journalist Eleanor Terrett here, insider information scoop from a former SEC lawyer who recently left the agency stated that the SEC will probably appeal Judge Torres' ruling of XRP because, quote, "everyone over there truly believes that the decision is wrong, it is not good law, and should be appealed," which is ironic, if anything, considering that the SEC is the black sheep in the situation. They're the ones who have been quoted time and time again for lying and to be wrong, yet they're still acting like judge, jury, and executioner, like they're the ones that are in the right, which is just ridiculous in my opinion. Then you have John Deaton here also chiming in with his in-depth opinion on the insider information, ultimately just saying that the decision is made. No matter what the SEC do, they can appeal it, yes, but in the long run, at the Supreme Court level, they will lose. So ultimately, it just makes no sense and would just be more and more waste, a total waste of our money, our taxpayers' money, to make this appeal. But it is for this reason that Gary Gensler most likely will do this, because he just doesn't care. He's not protecting anyone. That's very evident right now. Even with the SEC finally explaining what a tokenized asset actually is and when it actually becomes a security, which is bullish for XRP because, well, XRP doesn't follow this process, meaning that XRP is not a security. Now, even with this explanation, tension is still high in the community, in disarray even, on what the SEC will do. XRP has won, that is apparent, there's no doubt about it, but how much longer will the SEC keep manipulating the price, keeping up this facade and not letting XRP's adoption flourish, and not letting crypto adoption flourish? Let me know what you think down in the comments below, or better still, come chill, chat and learn so much more in the free Discord server. Again, the links below, but remember, don't look short term, think long term, and I'll see you in the next one.